So please welcome Ritika on our MYB talk show. She is an expert in content development. So she'll be talking to us today. And over to you, Ritika. Please tell us about yourself, your activities, your success stories.
Great. So firstly, thank you, Rajesh, for inviting me on this platform. It's great to be here and share the little knowledge I have and talk about the work that I've done. And it's a very interesting name. So I think Make You brand itself is very telling, because we are in an age where, the brand is really you. It's no one else. It's not a product. It's not a service. It's each and every individual. And it's a person like me who kind of helps bring out other brands too. So my clients are normally individuals, startups, companies. I've been working in the content space for almost 2 decades now. And, I just enjoy working with the word, working with the written word, and seeing how I can use that to best project the message that my clients or my companies in the past may have wanted to share with the world. So yes, content is what I do. It's what I've enjoyed doing, and I've done it in different shapes, forms, and sizes. I've been in the offline world where I worked with a print magazine at the start of my career. I became editor there of a lifestyle magazine. I then moved on to being an entrepreneur. So I did do a lot of content, print content particularly, and, made a lot of brochures, calendars, different things in all forms and sizes, really, hoardings, event collateral. So we did just about everything, and we used word and design to optimize the message that our clients wanted to project to the world. So yeah, I've been employee, entrepreneur, been that whole revolving door phenomenon where I came in and went out of the work world. And now, a blogger, an active blogger. I help people blog as well. I blog myself on a platform called Pink Pinjra. So Pink Pinjra is essentially about expression. So when I started blogging for a company 5 years ago, I realized that blogging was a very powerful tool. Unlike a magazine or a newspaper where your readership response is kind of so delayed, because either you have to read emails that people send in, or you have to wait for the mail to come in your mailbox. Here was a medium where you could instantly connect to your readers. And blogging by its very nature is about personal expression. It's about sharing your story, sharing your struggles, sharing your opinions about the world. And it's just a great way to connect with an audience. So prior to blogging, I was always writing about other people, other brands, other individuals. I was seeing how I could highlight the message the best. But here it was about highlighting my own thoughts. And that's when I realized it can be powerful for just about anyone. So in the past few years, I have helped clients blog. I've also helped clients put out their messages on social media. Some of my clients have been in app development, so I've also given content for apps. But it's been a great journey. I've worked with content in different formats, and it really just played around with it and enjoyed that fact that I could experiment with content and kind of help people connect with their audiences better. So, I think at the end, every business is essentially a content business, because if you don't have content, you are not going to be able to sell or reach out to the right audience. And so content plays a very crucial role in businesses today. And an important part of content really is its ability to connect to the reader. And that connection can come out through storytelling. It can come out with your ability to just be honest as a brand about who you are, your ethos, and to keep that dialogue going on with your audience. And that's why content plays a big role today. And that's why we've seen, every personal brand is ensuring that they put out good content out there. Today, the whole of influencer marketing is really about reaching out to your audience with really good content, and not even really good content, just making even small, simple, regular daily incidents, something that people can talk about, something that you can connect with your reader with. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's little content in a nutshell. It's a huge topic, and there's a lot to be covered, and there are different genres and different ways to project it. But that's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Great. So tell us about your unique special points, which, help you to blog and as well as write nice content for various customers of yours, your clients, as well as how do you, feel good when you write good blog. So what are the unique special points about yourself so that you love this blogging and it made you successful for 2 decades?
Yeah. So, essentially, blogging is about being honest. And I think you have to be honest to yourself and you have to be honest to your reader. And you have to share very freely of yourself. And if you can do that, you will become a successful reader because, all of human issues are pretty much the same. It's when you talk about them that people connect with you because they'll say, okay, we also felt similarly, or we also went through something like this. So you have to be able to share freely of whatever you've gone through, whatever you've experienced. You also have to write in a very simplistic manner. You have to avoid using too much jargon. You have to avoid long sentences. You have to keep it very reader friendly. So you have to ensure that it's crisp and it's to the point, and it's not all over the place. It's just saying what it has to in the fewest words possible and with a lot of emotion. I think that emotion has to come out very strongly in a blog, and that's what will help you connect to the reader. That purely also comes out just by being honest. Being honest and bearing your soul. Really, that's what you have to do when you write a blog. I've had great responses to many of my blogs, and in fact, I have some blogs which have gone into like multiple thousands of reads, and I've had comments from all over. I've connected with people from all over, and it's just been a heartwarming experience when they say, we agree with you, or even if we don't agree with you. So I wrote a blog a few years ago, just after my last job, and I said, we've actually approached an era where we are seeing the death of the monthly salary. And, I had written about my own experiences of being, addicted to the monthly salary, and then how I got out of it because I realized that the job was not really doing much for me creatively. And though I was just driven by the fact that I was getting a paycheck at the end of the month, somewhere I was not satisfied internally. And it took me a long time to make that decision to let go of the monthly salary. But then I did, because I did see a brighter future ahead of me where I would not be chained to that monthly salary. And so, of course, I got both sorts of responses. So I got responses where people said, oh, maybe you have something to fall back on and hence you've given up your job, or, so all that. So there were these mixed responses. But at the end of the day, it just generated a lot of dialogue. And it did show that that topic was top of mind for many of people at that point. And it may have even been revolutionary, but we are seeing that today, right? Where we're seeing people kind of engage in more flexible options. We are seeing more gig workers. We are seeing more solopreneurs. We are seeing people just come out and do their own thing nowadays. So I think that was a kind of it was very heartwarming to see the blog just go viral, go into, multiple thousands of reads and see comments till date. So, yeah.
Your blogging has brought you a great success over the years.
Yeah.
20 years is not a small time. 2 decades is a great achievement. So can you share some anecdotes about your success story?
Okay, so blogging actually started just around 2015 when I started getting more actively involved in the medium. But before that, I was writing overall. I was writing for everything. I was writing for brands. I was writing for magazines. I was writing for company brochures. I was doing written work in different formats. I was also helping people come out with their books. So editing them, helping them produce those books. So the written word kind of was what I was working with, largely content and design. But blogging came into play in 2014, 2015 when I joined an online publication, and their blogging was very important for them to connect with their readers because they'd come out with daily blogs for their readers. But yeah, I think the success is just when you keep seeing the numbers grow, when you go back to blogs on some of your blogs on the websites and you still see comments. So you've probably written a blog in 2015 and you're still getting comments on the blog. So you realize that the blog is not dated, it's eternal, it has timeless appeal, and it's continuously connecting with the reader. So I think that's what gives you that satisfaction that you see the numbers growing irrespective of time, right? That it's not lost its value yet. I think for me, the biggest value of a blog is that it should give you something to think on. It should give you something to think over, to take home, where you're not just reading the blog, but you're actually questioning the way you live and think. If we can bring about that approach and kind of, just tell people, what are you doing right, or what are you doing wrong, or what do we need to change in our lives? If you can just provoke that little thought also and make them just think differently, I think, you've kind of done your job. So that's why. Mm-hmm. So I like to believe that can all be change agents in a small way also if we want to. And blogging is one such way where you can do that.
So what motivates you to write every day or write blogs at regular intervals? Because sometimes subject is not there, Right. So how do you motivate yourself to do this time and again?
sometimes a lot of motivation is externally triggered. So, something happens in the external world which kind of triggers your internal reaction to it also. So you may get inspiration from anywhere. I mean, you could be on a holiday, you may be, trekking somewhere, and that could be your story idea. So one of my blogs was really about how trekking can be related to the journey of an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur is also using these various tools to help him go up the hill. He's using his walking stick, his one and only core competence that he may know, and he may want to sell, or his product that he wants to sell, and different things that you may have to follow the advice of those who have already gone that path. So you take the mule's path, you follow the mule's path like a lot of trekkers do. So you get story ideas from everywhere. And what motivates you is the fact that the readers connect with it and they keep coming back to you for more. So there have been times in my life when I've stopped writing, and I've actually had people WhatsApp me and say, why haven't you written a blog still? And I'm like, okay. So they want to read more. When they want to read more is when you realize that no matter what your topic, you just have to start writing. So, and then the topic just comes. You start writing and something flows from within you, and it all comes together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great. Superb.
Yeah.
So you have to tell the message to our audience. Any message?
Well, yeah. Well, I think, these are challenging times, and a lot of us have been through a lot of changes personally and professionally. But I would say just, don't ever give up hope, because I think hope is very important for us, all of us to keep. I think keep reinventing yourself from wherever you are, because there's always something else you can do. And there's always a way you can maybe repackage your existing skills and, just project them in a different way to the world and still earn from them. So don't give up on that. Keep seeing how you can reinvent yourself, keep upskilling, reskilling. I feel that's very important. I think we keep needing to be up to date with the times and see what we need to add on to our skill set. We may not be in the work world yet. I mean, many of us are not working in offices, but try to be as professional as you can when you're working. Keep times, keep commitments, make those virtual meetings, have them often, keep connecting with people. It's very important for us to all continue to keep being connected with the work world in every way. Like earlier we used to network in a coffee shop. If you can't do that, just pick up the phone, have a conversation, make that personal connect that you need to. But I think just don't give up hope, don't give up faith. Things will look up really soon. And I think markets are already picking up, and, we have, we can continue being productive and have successful careers even from the safe confines of our home. So let's see how we can do that. Yeah. And I think this is a great time for all of us to be creative, because we really don't have any boxed thinking. We are not working in that cabin anymore. So let's think out of it, and let's see how we can use our skills to the optimum and be as creative as possible. And like I say, like Pink Pinjara is a platform for expression. Each one has a unique tool of expression. So please hone that tool of expression is what I would say. If you like gardening, if you like cooking, if you like yoga, whatever it is that you like, just do it and give it a new creative form. I think, we are seeing a lot of home caterers today because they've realized they can package what they do regularly. So there's always an avenue and always a business avenue for people. So let's explore that and see how we can, optimize what we know and have.
Great, super.
Yeah.
So last but not least, you to tell your 3 top desires, which still you want to, fulfill, and in near future you would like to fulfill them.
I would like to work on a book shortly. I think that's one thing I haven't attempted. So I would like to write my own book, and it could be perhaps on, on self-help. It could be personal development. It could be on any of the topics that are close to my heart. I would like to professionally start teaching yoga, which is what I have been training in for a while. So that's something I would like to do. And if and when that book can be converted into a full-fledged movie script, I would like that to happen. So those are my 3 things on the list. And I'm hoping I can start working on them really soon.
Great. It was very nice to talk with you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining our MYB talk show. Wish you all the best. And all your
MYB luck too.
All your dreams or all your desires may be fulfilled shortly.
Thank you.
So it's a nice connect. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.